You're watching News Channel 4, the news leader.
Demands this morning for an investigation into Governor Mary Fallin. State Democrats accusing her of protecting a surgeon in our state accused of botching surgeries that in some cases resulted in death.
And a Norman police officer driving along the highway when a stranded passenger catches his eye. The animal rescue he pulled off coming up.
Good morning, I'm Ken Ogle.
I'm Allie Meyer. Glad you're joining us here on a Friday. We're up to a cool start here at 47 degrees.
Right, and we're going to rat out Allie Meyer. She's upset because the coffee maker didn't finish during the commercial break.
Upset's a little strong.
What, really? Sounded like
I mean, the cup was like halfway.
She's got
and
Robert Miller
waiting
on coffee
and waiting, and then there goes the open, Emily.
Oh, okay. I will try to talk really slowly during my weather.
Okay, I'll go grab it.
Okay, perfect. Let's go take a look outside. We are tracking much calmer conditions this morning. We actually have clear skies across the state, and it's really allowing for those temperatures to drop. It is about 20 to 30 degrees colder for OKC to Woodward, so you probably want to grab the jacket, especially for Guyman at 34 degrees. 36 for Woodward and 46 for OKC as that cold air seeps in. We have winds out of the north at about 5 miles per hour. This afternoon, beautiful weather. It'll be much cooler than yesterday, about 15 degrees colder, 65 for OKC, sunny skies. I will have more on our weekend cool down and let you know when we can expect lows in the mid 30s coming up. Allie, Kent.
All right, thank you. Well, the trial of a former Oklahoma City police officer making national headlines now, not because of the alleged crimes, but because of who is and who is not on the jury.
Some national outlets picking up this story around the country. Daniel Holtzclaw is accused of sexually assaulting 13 Oklahoma City women while he was on duty for the police department. He was fired back in January.
News Channel 4's Ashley Kringen joins us now live from the Oklahoma County Courthouse. A lot of eyes are on this case, obviously, Ashley.
There sure is, and the focus nationwide right now is on the jury, and that's because all 12 people selected are white. The alleged victims in the sexual assault case are all black. Let's take a look at some video. We'll tell you a little more about what happened in the courtroom yesterday. Yesterday's testimony was supposed to be focused on policy and procedure with Oklahoma City Police, but many people could not help but notice the jury's race. 8 men and 4 women were selected. They will be the ones to determine Holtzclaw's fate.
Oh my God, and not just the fact that they're all white, there are various ages and elderly. There's nothing representative of the community that he affected.
Testimony continues today. We will hear a taped interview between Holtzclaw and police detectives that took place right after the allegations of sexual assault. We're told that taped interview is about 2 hours long. We will be here to update you along the way. If you want to be up to date with this case, all you have to do is log on to our website. We have a lot of resources on there. That's KFOR.com. In downtown Oklahoma City, I'm Ashley Kringen, News Channel 4.
All right, Ashley, I know you continue to follow that high-profile case. Well, yesterday's severe weather left behind a trail of damage across our state as power poles snapped in Norman on Flood Avenue near Topeka Street. High winds cracked the pole and the power lines came to rest on a nearby business sign. OG&E crews were on the scene quickly to install a new pole and remount the lines. Also reports of similar storm damage down near Ringling and in the East Metro in Hera.
Mustang area yesterday saw heavy rain as the severe weather moved in. Some small hail reported, also some minor street flooding in the Mustang community along Highway 152 and Mustang Road. The rain came down in buckets there. And take a look at this accident involving a jackknife semi. This was at the height of the storm here in the metro yesterday at I-40 and I-240. OHP on the scene, as you can see, working to get the roadway back open. No reported injuries here. Traffic was backed up for quite a ways.
Democratic Party is calling for an immediate investigation into Governor Mary Fallin, alleging that she interfered in a medical licensure board investigation. This all centers around a Tulsa spinal surgeon, Stephen Anagost. Now, the medical board is started investigating back in 2010. He's accused of serious violations, including 23 patients, including botching surgeries in which patients died or were paralyzed. An article published this week claims to have uncovered a memo from the medical board that details how Governor Fallin got involved at the request of Texas Governor Rick Perry. The memo claims Fallin's legal counsel paid a visit to the board after Perry called Fallin, asking her to make the investigation go away.
It is unacceptable for the governor to be involved in backroom deals affecting how and when doctors or any other professional may be disciplined.
And what the governor said to the board through her legal counsel was, do your job. If you think that this man is a bad actor and that he's hurting patients, sanction him. If you don't, it's time for the investigation to come to an end.
Proposed changes.
The Democratic Party chairman says they will also be proposing new ethics rules that will prevent this kind of thing from happening.
This morning, the last of the 46 victims of Stillwater's homecoming crash who were still in the hospital is now showing signs of improvement. There are 3 victims who remain hospitalized. Leo Schmitz on the left, Sherry Bates is on the right. Schmitz was critically injured from the crash more than 2 weeks ago. His condition does appear to be improving. Bates is in fair condition right now. That's pretty good news. We're told Annette Turner is in good condition. Diana Rodriguez has checked out of the hospital and transferred to a rehab facility. All of the victims, of course, were enjoying OSU's annual homecoming parade when a suspect driver plowed into the crowd of people. 4, including a 2-year-old boy, were killed in that crash. The driver, Adacia Chambers, remains behind bars, facing 4 counts of second-degree murder and 46 additional counts of felony assault. The defense and the state have asked the judge to rule on whether or not she is mentally competent to stand trial. There are some major questions about mental illness here. This is video from the moments after the crash as she was being booked into the Payne County Jail. Her lawyer says she appears dazed and confused. He believes she's suffering from mental illness. Chambers will appear in court next Friday. We will be there.
1 woman is dead and the man who allegedly killed her shot to death by law enforcement. That happened along Highway 20 near the towns of Hominy and Skiatook. Officials are still investigating, but we're told the female victim was trying to comfort a suicidal man when she was shot to death. The suspect then led police on an hour-long chase. When that pursuit reached Skiatook, a police officer fired on the suspect, killing him. At this point, not many other details are available. We know the OSBI has been called in to help with the investigation. We'll continue to update you on the case as more becomes available.
5:37 right now. Metro doctor accused of running a pill mill and run out of business is now fighting back. You may remember state agents raided Dr. Harvey Jenkins' South Oklahoma City clinic back in January. They say they found loose pills and pre-signed prescriptions on the premises. A hearing by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, OBN, eventually led to Dr. Jenkins losing his prescription and medical licenses. Well, he's now launched a change.org petition calling for OBN employees to be drug tested.
The people that are in charge of fostering drug policy in this state and enforcing our drug laws should be able to meet the same standards as people who are driving a truck across the highways.
Dr. Jenkins maintains his innocence and is now suing the OBN in district court. We called OBN for comment on the petition. A spokesperson told us they have a lot of critics. They choose to ignore them.
Well, an owl is alive thanks to a Norman police officer who gave a hoot. Sorry about that one. Sergeant Darren Morgan says he was driving along I-35 when something caught his eye, and there on the side of the highway was a great horned owl. Well, after seeing it was injured, Morgan swaddled it and put the bird in his backpack.
And then I seatbelted him in the front seat with me and started driving. So I was a little nervous the whole time.
More nervous than having like a criminal in your backseat?
Yes.
Well, the owl was taken to Wild Care, Oklahoma. X-rays show that it does have a broken wing. The caretakers there believe the bird was hit by a car. But listen to this. If all goes as planned, the owl could be released in about a month. Way to go, officer.
More nervous than having a suspect in the back. I mean, can you imagine if it went crazy?
Right, exactly. Those are big.
Beautiful, too.
Yeah, they sure
I
are.
just think owls are breathtaking. Emily, good morning.
Oh, it's so sweet. And I keep thinking of the song, Take These Broken Wings.
Of course you do. And he did.
We need that theme song next time when it finally gets set free.
Right. Forget
With the police.
bad boys, bad boys.
Right.
Let's play that in the background the next time he responds.
Oh my goodness, that's such a sweet story though. It shows that police officers do much more than what you think they do. It's so adorable. All right, hey, this morning, chilly start, 44 degrees for kiddos, so go ahead and wear the jacket. It's not like yesterday at all. It's going to be much cooler, finally feeling like November. 64 degrees going home. A live look outside. It's a calm start to the day. Crisp, clear conditions, but it's chilly. Look at the temps. We're at 41 for El Reno, 39 now for Hinton, and 43 for Guthrie. I'll have more and even colder conditions for the weekend coming up. Kent?
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Following some new breaking news for you this morning, a deadly crash along I-40 in Arkansas, a bad one. Arkansas State Police say at least 6 people are dead after a charter bus crashed around 1 a.m. It happened in North Little Rock. Charter bus was traveling west when it left the road and crashed in overpass support. Traffic was diverted for several hours. This morning, at least one lane is open. That bus has finally been hauled away.
We are getting more details this morning in a story that has shocked the country. Not only did an Illinois police officer stage his own suicide to look like a murder, police now say he may have tried to take out a hit on a village administrator as well. Investigators say the administrator was conducting an audit on Lieutenant Charles Glenowitz, and the lieutenant feared that administrator might uncover a money laundering scheme, because that's what had been happening. Police say he had been stealing from a police program that was meant to fund and mentor kids, and he'd been stealing, they say, for the past 7 years.
It's quite unbelievable and almost surreal. It's a very scary thought that an officer who is sworn to uphold the law would even attempt to think to do something like that to an administrator.
Or to anyone. Investigators say Glenowitz requested a meeting with a high-ranking member of a motorcycling gang in hopes of putting out a hit on that woman you just heard from, Ann Marin. Village of Fox Lake is still reeling in shock after learning Glenowitz took his own life and staged his death to make it look like he was killed in the line of duty.
An office building in Fort Worth lost its roof in a storm yesterday. It was all caught on cell phone video that happened during a possible tornado. Someone driving by recorded the moment. Look at that the roof was ripped off there. There were reports of debris in the road, but no reported injuries so far anyway. Severe storms threatened 16 million people in the region yesterday, including us, of course.
Would-be thief took on the wrong victim when he tried to steal Serena Williams' phone. The tennis champ was at a San Francisco restaurant when it happened. She took off running after the suspect. So she's chasing. Williams described the encounter on social media. As she said, she confronted the man and asked in her most menacing yet calm voice if he had accidentally taken off with her phone. Hey, it worked. He handed it right back to her. Williams came back to the restaurant to finish dinner and got a standing ovation from the other diners.
He got off easy. If he'd taken Allie Meyer's phone, who knows what could have happened to the guy.
I mean, not only could she totally catch whoever she was chasing.
She's something else.
But yeah, the menacing look, watch out.
She even said she jumped over a couple chairs on her way out, you know.
Oh,
so,
man.
Right?
All in a day's work for that girl.
Exactly. And NASA scientists finding more and more out about Mars after evidence of water was found on the planet.
So fascinating. Now the newest discovery shows Mars could have looked a lot like Earth, and not too long ago. The very latest on that coming up next.